Hello, and welcome to my very first Joe Talk. Now, you may be asking yourself, what is this psychopath talking about? Joe Talk. You sound crazy. And to that, I say, relax, buddy. Let me explain. I wanted to potentially turn this into a series where I kind of just talk about whatever's on my mind. And I don't think this is going to be a video for everybody because it's more of just me playing Power Wash Simulator while talking like a crazy person to myself rather than me playing another like action game, for example, while also talking to myself like a crazy person. But I'm mostly doing it to try and improve my speech and learn to articulate my sentences better because that's something I struggle with. And you'll notice all the clipping throughout the video. That's basically me just piecing together sentences because I was especially brain fogged this particular day. If any of my friends made it this far, I think it would be very cool if you came on to my Joe Talk and we had a nice conversation while we power washed. And if you're here even after all that information, please enjoy the show. Welcome. I'm doing this because I wanted to have like a place to talk about whatever the hell I want to talk about, and why not do it while doing something simple and calming like power washing virtually, you know? I sure do, I know. I sure do, I know. I sure know I do. Goddamn. I'm doing this because I want to be able to practice articulating my words correctly because that is something I've always struggled with. And I've recorded this before, and watching it back, God, I am not very good at articulating words. I repeat a lot, I stutter, you know, things. I also say a lot of the same buzzwords, you know, like that, you know. I sound crazy when I hear it over. Anyway, I am Joe. I started college recently, and I have terrible memory because of ADD. Ooh, lovely. Also because I have some sort of short-term memory loss when I was younger. I think that's gone. It might be, I don't know. I often say I don't know. Maybe I really don't know. I don't know a lot of things. I started school, I think 2 months ago now, and it's been pretty good. I've been out of school for like, what, 3 years? 4 years. I graduated high school in 2022, and it's been weird. I've been doing good. I've been keeping up with my work, and obviously nothing like has been a super difficult class or subject. I'm only taking a couple specific things, like in English, composition, stuff like that. And they're fine. I have no complaint. My main goal is to graduate and major in meteorology, which is exciting because the weather is very nice. It's always interested me. I hope everything goes well, but there's one slight problem. I have always struggled in math, which is not good because the major, meteorology, uses a lot of math. You would think, like, why the hell would you want to do that? Well, listen. In high school, I was not so good at math, but I got... Oh, Jesus. Okay. No. In high school, I was not very good at math, and I was put into I guess you can call it like a special class for people that like struggle with things. I was labeled under math disability, which I don't disagree with because, you know, not very good at math. And I just, the way I learn, I need to like keep looking over something a million times before I understand it, which is fine. But I math specifically just does not compute in my brain. It still doesn't, but getting better. Anyway, I had to like work really hard in high school to try and understand math, and I kind of didn't take school too seriously then, which kind of sucked. But I wasn't like failing, but regardless, I was all right at math, and I kind of relied on the teacher to help me like understand exactly what's going on, which obviously the teacher's there to help. But for the time, let's say sophomore year, I had a very good teacher that was teaching like geometry or something. I understood it. That was probably my best year of math I've ever had, because the teacher just was very good at slowing down and helping everybody like understand what we just learned. And then in junior and senior year, I had a teacher that would not teach the subject in which he was a teacher in. Like, he would put a single question on the board for the entire month, and that's what we would work on. And he would go off on like random tangents about what he likes, like Marvel or Hulk and Iron Man or something. And this was also during like COVID, so I was also not really taking school seriously. No one really was. No one knew what was going on. It was just kind of like a mess. So it was just a mix of just terrible things were happening. I was already terrible at math. COVID was happening, and I wasn't really practicing. And all my knowledge of math kind of just drained out of me. I was kind of screwed. I was already really set back, and it all left my body. It's no longer in my brain. So in college now, I have to take like the basic algebra, which I'm not ashamed of, because obviously I know my kind of, I guess, math disability, whatever the hell that means. I need to work myself back up. But meteorology is a very math-intensive study, with science, of course, but it uses very... What am I trying to say? It uses very good... No, very... It uses very what, Joe? What the hell am I saying? Pick up. Oh. Stuff like this happens where my brain kind of just turns off, and I don't really... I'm trying to find the word to describe it, and it's probably such a simple word, and I know it is. I just can't remember. Not remember. I definitely... I don't know. I'm a weird guy. My brain works weirdly. Difficult math. Let's just say that. Simple it out for my brain. It's a very higher difficult math, like pre-calc and calc 1. I don't have to do calc 2, thankfully. I have to do like physics and stuff, but that's a job for future Joe. I hope he's doing well. Moral of the story, very hard math I'm gonna have to do, and I have to work myself up because of not keeping my brain up to date with my math. And also, I can't really blame myself because I just learn differently, I guess. I don't know. Just how Joe is, the Joe mind. But like, the ADHD and ADD has been hard. It was very... Throughout my high school, it was kind of prevalent, but it really showed itself like after, and some events happened that really brought it out. Thankfully, I got diagnosed, like a year ago, and I've been taking medication steadily, and it's been a very big help, but it's still very, very much there. And the medicine obviously isn't a wonder drug that'll solve it all, but it helps. And I still have a lot of room to improve, which I work on constantly, but it's still very difficult. It just all affects how I think, obviously. I mean, it's in my brain, but some days I feel like not moving because of it, and it sucks, but I push through, I persevere. one kind of hobby thing that I really want to get back into is my exercise. Last year I started doing like consistent exercises and stuff, and I was in a really good like rhythm. I was doing it consistently, I'd say 5 days a week, and for an hour or more a day, and I was in very good shape. And I'd say September-ish, I kind of fell out of it, and I was kind of doing it, but then I stopped, and I kind of really want to get back into it, but I am struggling with my time management as of currently, and have been, I mean, I can't say it's all because of me, because I have been doing a lot. Like, I've just started school, I'm still doing work, I'm beginning to coach a football team, which I started last year, which is cool, but it's a lot. Just trying to balance everything in my brain is pretty difficult, but I'm working on it, getting there. Time management is very difficult to some and easy to others. It is extremely difficult for me. But like, I was in the best shape of my life, I'd say a year ago, and now I'm not, like, I'm definitely not in shape, but I'm not like terribly out of shape, if that makes sense. I just need to get back into it, and if I got back into a rhythm, I could probably feel good in about a month. Do I go in, or... Oh. There's all goop on the sides. Where? Yeah, this green nozzle is probably the best thing I've ever used in this game. It's very solid. I mean, the yellow's probably good for, like, the range and things, but the green is just an all-around. It kind of doesn't miss much. It's very accurate. It does what I want. Oh, that's what I need. I see. Oh, wait, and this too. This is where I can do, like, a wider, I guess. Or, never mind, it's on the sides. Underneath. There we go. I was going to say at the top, but I already washed the top. That was the first thing I did. Ah, Joe. Putting things together is not in my vocabulary. There are so many kind of hobby things and other activities that I really want to do, but don't. And it's weird, because why would you want to do something and not do it? I mean, I guess that's such a weird way to put it. Let me give you an example. I wanted to do soap making, and that was something I wanted to do last year. I did not start it, and I have everything. I bought everything I need, and it's something that I actually still really want to do. I just haven't. And, I mean, I could make the excuse that I don't have time, but I can definitely make time for it. I really don't know why I don't. I don't know if I'm worried about how much commitment I'm going to have to put into it, or... I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Same with, like, exercising. It's procrastinating and stuff like that. But here's one thing. I feel like I don't have enough time in the days. Like, now I'm doing this, which I could be doing something else, but I want to do a video, so I'm doing this. I try to be as productive as possible. I really don't waste too much time. Sometimes I do kind of let myself slip away, and I'm, like, watching videos and being kind of unproductive, but everyone does that sometimes. I make sure that I'm always kind of doing something, and that's good, but I could definitely be better. But like these hobbies, I really do want to do them. I just gotta put my foot down and start, but I haven't, and it stinks because I really do want to. But why don't you, Joe? Why? I don't understand. Lower changing table. Oh. I'm spraying mindlessly, and I didn't read the big text on my screen. That opens up the changing table for babies. Maybe if I do like a smaller... Okay, I see what the range kind of thing does. If I could do closer range spray other than like a longer range. So if I'm like at these angles, if I do this... Am I spraying? I don't know what kind of there's the point. I can't, if I use the 3, I can't get these closer mucks. I see, I see. Why am I getting spam called? Okay. Sorry about that. I got a text from work, which I have in an hour's time. So I'm ready. If I could do anything right now, I would probably want to go for a nice walk. I think a nice walk in the spring, which it's almost spring in a couple days, I think, but the weather is still freezing. Listen, I love all the seasons, but I love the winter. But this winter has just been pretty brutal. It's been all over the place. One day it's 40, 50, or 60, and then the next it's snowing. It's just, my body isn't acclimating correctly, and I'm really feeling it. The one thing that I really do like about the spring and stuff is if I wake up early, I can kind of go outside and take like a breath of fresh air from the morning and just feel good. I can't really do that in the winter because if I do, it's freezing and the cold air just hurts. But listen, I love the winter. I love snow. I love everything about it. But it's just been a long winter. A long, cold, strange winter. Now, do I prefer any of the seasons over others? I'm not sure. I think all seasons are great. I think they all have their fun things and lovely atmosphere. Like the spring with the flowers blooming and the fresh air, and the fall with the pretty colors, depending on where you are. For me, one of my friends is never going to be able to experience that because they live in Florida like a dummy. All people in Florida are dumb. And that is true. If I say it, it's true. That's how that works. And you guys get summer weather all the time, which sucks. I'm sure you would love to see those brown leaves. You know what I really want to do? Is I want to go on a trip with friends. That's something that I've always kind of really wanted to do. And unfortunately I can't. Because every time I've tried, and my friends, I have, how do I put this? I understand that they wouldn't want to. Some of them like have other things to do, but plans like that, it stinks. It's something that I've always really been excited about, and every time we get close to finishing it, it falls through, and then I'm like, damn. We're never gonna do this. We're never gonna go anywhere. I'm gonna stay in this dumb state forever. Not as dumb as Florida, though. I just really want to go have a nice, fun trip with people I care about. I mean, I've been with trip with families, but not to get personal, but it's not always been great because of fighting. A nice trip with friends on the places that I think would be really fun. I feel like everyone will have just a great time. And maybe soon. Maybe it won't fall through this year, surely. Even though we kind of already had something fall through, but we don't think about that. We just keep it in. It'll always come up great. It'll all come up Joe, as they say. Man, this game is relaxing, though. I can't lie. I definitely want to do more Joe talks. Just practicing speech in general. Just trying to articulate my words and stuff like that. It's not always got to be talking about what I'm doing, but more what's going on with life. It's all green. Is this moss? Yeah. It's gross. It's gonna be spick and span by the time I'm done with it. Is this clean? Okay, that's not. Ugh. I don't know how mold's growing in here. Maybe if they didn't have, like, a big retractable bathroom, we wouldn't have this problem. Okay, let me clean the dryer. I've heard terrible stories of people turning on these dryers and having, like, poop fly out, which is awful. I hope that never happens to me. And I've actually stopped using these dryers because of that thought, but I don't know if it's just he say, she say, which it probably is, but I don't want to risk it. I don't want poop on my hands after I just washed them, you know? Where did I... Oh, I have a lot to do. Just smidges here and there. Now it says toilet here. Doink. Toilet. Like, what does it mean? Like the ground, or... It's not exactly telling me. Oh, I mean, actually, I could say it at the... I can see it at the top left. Grab rail. Let's see. Underneath. There we go. Toilet seat. Oh, I have to open... Oh, I see. Yucky. Alright, give me my green. See, look at the difference in that. Like, this is... It's like you can see the green sloshing off, but it's not getting it good. The green nozzle, though. Ooh, look at that. Ooh. Now, I've never went power washing in real life, but if it's as satisfying as this, then maybe this is a new hobby for me. I doubt it's a hobby. It's more of a job, but you can like your job. Probably. Air conditioning unit. Air conditioning unit? Now, maybe I'm dumb, but... Oh, this! Ooh. In these corners... I'm not really sure. I'm just gonna try and lock in for a minute and do this. Here's a random topic before I finish. I wish more games had good weather systems. I think weather is very calming. I played a Minecraft mod with friends, and I got myself a client-side weather mod, and it is very satisfying. I love it. There needs to be more realistic kind of weather. And I feel like it would be a cool system to have like a wind system and rain and hail and stuff like that, but they don't have them, which stinks. Anyway, let me lock in again. Almost done. Toilet. Still not clean toilet seat. There it is. And we're done. So I thank you for joining us, or me, for a Joe Talk. Here is me doing my funny stuff. Look at me go. I made a lot of money. This game's very satisfying. Anyway, thank you for watching. And join me for another Joe Talk eventually, probably. If I even upload this, who knows. Thank you. Goodbye.